All right, you all, it's about 10 o'clock. So it's been about 4 hours since we poured this. But I want you to see the clarity. I mean, crystal clear view. So I told you I was going to try to bring you in along the way so we could see all this together. And I really thought there was going to be a lot of bubbles. Turns out, out of everything, there's just those three little spots right there. So if you remember earlier, we used the torch, and I'm going to go ahead and make these pop. In doing so, just know that they're not going to stay. Just like that, they're gone. They're probably not going to stay away. Those are probably going to come back. Yep. Look, already. So that's what I told you right there. That's why I'm glad we did this. I really thought there was going to be a whole lot more, but at least we have this over here happening so you can see what I'm talking about. I mean, check that out. And then look right there. So, I mean, that's annoying. And that is what a lot of people face when doing resin is look at the beauty and the clarity. And then all of a sudden over here, you have a problem. Look at the couple right there up against the block. So this is, we're glad this happened. This is going to give us an opportunity. When this comes out of the mold, we're going to show you how to deal with this. But what you don't want to do is that is only the second burst of heat. The first one you all seen, that was number 2, and that's it. So I'm not going to sit here and fight whatever may come back. It's not down in my cast. It is right on the surface. When this comes out of the mold, it's going to be planed, routed, and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to get right past that and any other of these little guys that pop up over in the next 6 hours. Other than that, I mean, it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, so now look, we're about 6-7 hours in now. Set my alarm and got up just so you can see. About 6-7 hours in. Still got that guy right there. But remember I was telling you about the temperature. Now this will vary on a bunch of different things. For one, this is a lot smaller than the previous one we did. So there's not as much heat generated in this river as opposed to that larger top we did with a bunch more resin. But nevertheless, it's still generating the heat, and it still has a couple hours to go or so before the gelling point. So I just wanted to show you. We're still looking fantastic. Okay, so look, check it out. We are over 72 hours. 72 hours was at 6 o'clock. It is about 9 o'clock. So we are all the way through the process now. Look, check it out. So you can tell. And why I'm showing you this camera angle, this particular view, I'm going to spin around here. I'm going to put some light in this, and I want to show you what's going on. Okay, for one, this is clear as a bell. It's just beautiful. Now, let me stop right there. That's the reason I got the light this way. See that right there? It's in the light. That is a little hair of some sort that was, in the air and at some point landed in the top, the very top of the cast, creating that. It's going to happen. You don't have to worry about that, because when this comes out of the mold tomorrow morning, this is going to be planed. And where anything like this that's in your air that you cannot control, anything like that that lands in your piece, you're going to be able to plane that right out, no problem. I want to point out also, remember we had that bubble back here that is totally gone. And the reason it's gone is because we ended up being about 110 degrees here in heat by the time this generated to its peak. So it was hot enough to pop that guy just like a torch. And in the finish, it popped, it stayed away, and now it's not even there. The other thing I want to point out is the difference when the light hits the wood. See how distorted and kind of blurry anywhere on the wood, and then you jump into the pool and it's crystal clear. So anything you see like that, again, in the light, this is where you can get really specific, you know, and just really down to the detail and find everything. This is all going to come out with a couple of passes through the planer. See, it's all on the surface, no big deal. But the reason the wood looks like this is because this is a casted resin. It is meant to pour deep, like in the river here. So the little bit that got up here on the surface is always going to have that texture after to it because there just wasn't much there. Now let me show you the best part. So look, check it out. I mean, we were super excited about this one. Not only can you tell it's blue in the light, when you hit the lights off, it acts like a night light. I mean, it's just beautiful. So we can't wait. We're going to be taking this out of the mold tomorrow. We're going to be airing it all the way, every step of the way to the finish. So we want y'all to come be a part of that. See it for yourself. Do it for yourself. I think you're going to be happy with the way this one turns out.